Did you know that nearly 90% of seniors want to age in place, but only 9% of homes are actually aging ready? Of course you did. You're an OT. See this every day in your practice. And even if you didn't know those numbers exactly, you feel this when you're trying to discharge. So it's you that can make the big difference in their lives at home. Hi, I'm Dr. Brandy Archie, occupational therapist and founder at askSAMIE, where we are the go-to place for answers for caregiving, whether that's family caregivers or you, an OT that's providing care too. So today we're diving into a topic that's really crucial for us as OTs, which is helping to make in-home care for seniors better. And I mean that across all disciplines and not even if they have home health. I'm just talking about their ability to live at home. So I'm going to share evidence-based strategies that you can implement from whatever practice setting you work in now to make a senior's life better in their home because they want to stay living there and you can help make that happen. So let's get started. The first thing I want to talk about is personalized care. Every individual is unique. And so of course their needs are too. You already know this. But I'm bringing this up first because it's so important. Assessing the senior's physical, emotional, and social needs is really important, but also the environment in which they're doing all of that in. This isn't news to you, but I want you to know that you feel encouraged to stand up as the occupational therapist and bring those details to light for everybody who's involved in this person's care. OTs are the ones that are primed to think in this really holistic way, and we do it so effortlessly and naturally that not everybody recognizes it. And so it's really important that you're actually verbalizing that to families, your care team, the client, even though it sometimes seems basic, and we even call them basic activities of daily living. It's not always simple. And so I just wanted to highlight that for everyone because you would be so surprised how many little tidbits you can share that make a big difference in someone's life that they didn't even think about. And of course, there's no way to make a personalized care plan without bringing the client and their family caregivers into the conversation. So make sure to do that early and often so that they feel a part of the process and get that buy-in. It does not matter how good your recommendations are. You could do the best thing that ADA ever said to do. But if nobody actually does it, where are we actually left at? So make sure you bring them along your decision-making journey and make sure it feels like it's part of their decision too. Okay, let's talk about home safety modifications. Falls are the leading cause of injury in older adults, and many can be preventable if we do a few things at home first. This is highly talked about. This is beat into our heads as OTs to prevent falls. And it happens so much that we forget that not everybody's getting that amount of information about falls. And so you might be the only person talking to a client or to their family caregivers about the importance of the preventable things that they can do at home. So go ahead and tell them to pull up those throw rugs or at least tape them down. Give them those recommendations that even though they seem basic and you say them all the time, it's probably the first time they're hearing it. So you can be the actual change that can occur for their life and then you take those steps that they need to do to be preventative and proactive. So let's talk about technology integration. Technology is transforming the way that we provide care to seniors. I think as OTs, we really recognize the holistic situation happening here. Tech is really important, but it's not the only answer. Personal engagement and help from individuals is really important too. And OTs are really the best at being able to help families navigate that. Where should we be plugging tech in and where should we also be having some additional social interactions too? Make sure to recommend ways that they can use the tech that they already have, the things in their pockets, their tablets and their phones, because there's always an app for everything. If you can get them to use what they already have, they might be a little more willing to add something else in, like a fall alert button or something else that you recommend. So get started on that early. Don't be discouraged by them saying, well, I'm not tech savvy. Don't let that shut down this conversation because I guarantee you they are texting their grandkids and sharing pictures on Facebook. So if they can do that, they can do pretty much anything else on that phone. They just need a little encouragement from you to tell it's not that scary and that they could be using pill reminders in their alarm app on their phones, or be using some of the other tools on a phone that can make things easier for them at home. As part of your clinical practice, it's really important that you're focusing on improving their outcomes and improving their body. And one thing that often gets left out is their mental and emotional state. Social isolation is one of the leading struggles for older adults. And while it's not necessarily physical, it can really lead to additional physical changes. And if you don't have anything to get up for in the morning, you're probably not getting up and you're not moving very much. And you know what happens when people don't move. Our bodies are made to move. So it makes sense to me, as part of our practice, we should be talking to families and to clients about ways that they can add and maintain their social engagements, even if their level of ability has changed. This is where local community groups and virtual meetups can be really effective. I really like it when we try to keep doing the things they were already doing, even though they feel a little bit of resistance to it, especially because they're worried about how their friends might see them in a different light because of their newfound status. And your encouragement can really help them get over the hump. So don't push that off to the side. Take it head on, maybe even further than you do your basic ADLs, because those are the things that motivate us to do it. If I have nothing to get up for in the morning, I'm also not going to put any clothes on. So there's no need to worry about dressing if I don't have anywhere to go. If you start there with the places that they're motivated at, it's really important, can be really impactful. And then if you can't actually go back to the things that they're used to doing, maybe we can adapt some other ways. And that's where tech can come into play, and knowing your local resources. As a local resource myself, I can tell you that if you want to reach out to somebody in your area that's doing something for seniors, they definitely want to hear from you as an OT. So connect with them so you know what resources are available and what you can refer your clients to. And once you're finding all of these resources, it sometimes can be hard to keep them organized, keep them up to date. So go ahead and drop them into your free account at askSAMIE.com. We've got a new tool there for you called OT Connected by askSAMIE, and it's a great place to digitally organize all the stuff you used to write down or stick in a binder. That way you can come back to it and share it easily. Lastly, but certainly not leastly, I want to talk a little bit about caregiver support and treating. You know that family caregivers can really make or break what ends up happening in somebody's life as they recover from an illness or an injury. And so bringing them along the journey is really important, and helping them feel empowered to do the job that they are doing as a caregiver is also really important. So providing them with the proper trainings and techniques is what you're excellent at. The thing that I think is easy to forget, and that I hear on the other side when I'm talking directly to family caregivers, is that a lot of that really good knowledge and education you tried to provide them went in one ear and out the other, because it's just so much happening and there's so much change happening at one time. So try to record a video on their phone so that they have a place to go back to when they say, "What did that OT say about doing that?" And they can see it and then do it. Give them resources that can come back to later when they actually have the bandwidth to do it. It's so overwhelming to be in the hospital or in any care setting, and they're getting it from a lot of people. So take that extra time and effort to provide them with the resources they need. And if you need help with that, we've got a bunch of tools already organized for you at askSAMIE.com too. So to wrap this up, enhancing in-home care for seniors is really crucial for really the health of our society. And we as OTs are the ones who are the best for doing this. We hope to be able to empower you with the tools you need in order to make that easy to do for every single one of your clients. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share it with others who are also dedicated to making a difference in clients' lives. And for more resources, you can always go to askSAMIE.com to find out what we have available to make things easier for your everyday work. Together, we can build safer, more supportive homes for our seniors. See you next time.